Is the USA headed for Armageddon? What would it look like if a financial Armageddon hit the USA? We're going to be talking about that question in this video, plus some other very important updates that you do need to know in the world economy today. And I want to talk to you guys about this article coming out of The Hedge, and it's kind of written in the form of a riddle, but it's got some very important truths that I want to reveal to you guys. And it says here, this is what Armageddon would look like for the United States. Biggie, we get guaranteed bank deposits when there's a bank run. We get energy rebates when there's a war. We got stimmy checks when we had C. I can't say the full C word on YouTube. It might shadow ban this video. And it also says right here, what are we going to get when unemployment starts heading higher? And then it goes on to say, bank activity, commercial real estate, it's all contracting. Why couldn't we have a big nasty recession in the second half? If investors start losing faith in the US government's credibility over the debt ceiling and the poor handling of this bank crisis, and we get progressive screaming for stimmy checks at the first hint of rising unemployment, then we got a real problem. They start talking about UBI and it's over. And then let me tell you what Armageddon is. It's a negative 200,000 non-farm payroll report that leads to a 50 basis point rise in long-term bond yields. And that's where the people running policy are leading us to an emerging market. And I want to reveal some secret truths from this semi-riddle written from The Hedge right here. So one thing you have to understand in any economy, and this is my belief anyway, I got a degree in economics, but nothing I'm telling you guys is financial advice in this video. But it says here, you know, we get guaranteed bank deposits when there's a bank run. We get energy rebates when there's a war. We get stimmy checks when we have C. So one thing you have to understand with any economy is, you know, the money supply. And if you actually look at the US national debt, it's going up and up. This is going to hit 32 trillion. That's my belief. But one thing with a money supply is, you know, when they are generating more of the money supply, as in they're printing more dollars, you know, in any real economy, in any solid economy, in any economy that is going to be, you know, less prone to crash, one thing you have to be doing is it has to actually be backed by the real output of products and services within that economy. So if you're printing out money without actually backing it by anything else, as in you're just stimulating the economy through printing out stuff and there's nothing really backing this, that is the core recipe for inflation. And there was an economist, he's one of my favorite economists out there, and he came up with the theory of monetarism right here. And he says, constant money growth rule. Friedman, who died in 2006, proposed a fixed monetary rule which states the Fed should be required to target the growth rate of money to equal the growth rate of real GDP, leaving the price level unchanged. So that is one of the core things of running a good economy, in my opinion. So when you have real growth in the economy, when it's predicted to grow, you actually increase the money supply. But what you actually have in the USA is the recipes for financial Armageddon. You have the recipes for financial inflation, because what they are doing is they are increasing taxes. They're printing out lots and lots of money, basically out of thin air. The national debt is going through the roof. And, you know, the thing that can really topple over the US economy, if I had to make some catalyst predictions right here, I would say it's, you know, the money printing. So it's the constant money printing. If there's too much money in the economy, people lose the purchasing power. A lot of things could become unleashed. And also this article right here, US bank trouble heralds the end of dollar reserve system. So if the US dollar was going to lose its role as being, you know, one of the world reserve currencies, it's going to get very, very interesting. People are talking about gold, you know, gold and silver. There's more confidence in the gold and silver market at the moment. And, you know, people are also pointing out that America is expanding its foreign debt. And did you know, very interesting fact about the US economy, if we have a look at this article right here, which countries hold the most US debt? And today, America owes foreign investors of its national debt $7.3 trillion. And that's absolutely insane. So if we actually have a breakdown of some of these numbers where the US basically is in debt to other countries, other individuals, have a look at this. So Japan is the biggest one. So 1.1 trillion is owed to Japan. China is coming in second, 867 billion. UK is coming in third. You've got other countries as well, but basically you have around 7.3 trillion that is owed to foreign countries. And this is interesting because, again, you know, the US printing out so much money, the national debt is going up and up. You have a banking crisis in the USA, and at the same time, you can still feel the burn of inflation going through right now. So there is a lot of things to watch out for. And, you know, in particular, what I'll be paying attention to, you know, the debt ceiling for the USA. If that gets passed and expanded again, that could be a very bearish signal for the economy. And this constant money printing, I think it is going to herald bad times for the US dollar. And if the US dollar does crash and they start to talk about these other things like UBI, so if you don't know what UBI is, it's a universal basic income, and it's basically where people just get money for free. And it's a very dystopian concept. But you have to remember, you know, generally speaking, you can't just print money for free because someone has to be producing the goods and services at the end of the day. Some people have to work for a living. And if everyone's on this UBI, then who's doing the work? That is the big question right there. But that is something that could potentially come down in the horizon. So never rule it out. Put it in your spectrum of possibilities for something to come up in the future, especially, you know, if you couple it with AI as well. But watch out for these big signals in the US economy. We're going to have more of these updates coming up, what you do need to be paying attention to as well. But just watch out for some fragility in the banking sector right now. Watch out for, you know, this money printing, and also watch out for, you know, the US economy, whether it's going to hold up in 2023. We'll find out. But guys, that is a massive update. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you want more of these critical updates for the economy. And I'll see you guys in the next one.